Okay, so we live in this world, right? It's just constant demands, information everywhere.
Yeah.
It can feel, well, impossible sometimes to actually take action, to get unstuck. So today, we're really going deep. We're diving into something I think is incredibly powerful. Practical Stoic habits. And not just theory, we're talking about actionable wisdom, stuff for decisive action, for real personal growth.
Yeah, and our deep dive today, it's drawing quite a bit from excerpts of a source called Stoic Habits for Decisive Action and Growth. Now, Stoicism, it started way back in Athens, ancient philosophy.
Right.
But its core ideas, things like resilience, self-control, rational thinking, they're just incredibly relevant now. It's almost like a timeless mental operating system.
That's a great way to put it. And our mission, really, for you listening, is to pull out the most important nuggets from these Stoic teachings. Think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to building a mindset that's really geared towards, well, productivity, yes, but also purpose, clarity, especially in your daily decisions. We want to show you how these principles can really boost your ability to act and maybe even transform how you look at challenges.
Definitely.
So if you're ready to embrace a more, let's say, proactive lifestyle, let's dive into this powerful world of Stoicism, starting with, I think, a real foundational concept. How much energy do you spend? Really think about it. Worrying about things you just cannot change. We all do it, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. And that's exactly where this first Stoic habit comes in. It's often called the dichotomy of control.
Dichotomy of control. Okay.
It's fundamental. It means drawing a really clear line, like a sharp distinction between what you can control, and that's basically your thoughts, your actions, your responses.
Your internal world.
Exactly, your internal world. And then what you cannot control, which is, well, almost everything else. How other people react, the outcomes of big external events, the weather.
Right, you can't dictate those.
You just can't. And the key insight here isn't just about feeling less stressed, though that's a huge benefit. It's about realizing where your power actually lies. By focusing your energy only on the things you can control.
Your actions, your thoughts.
Precisely. That's where you get tangible results. It frees you up from all that unnecessary worry and stress about the uncontrollable. It empowers you to take decisive action where it genuinely matters. You invest your time and energy wisely.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. Focus where you have leverage.
Yeah.
Now, this next one, it gets really interesting. It might sound a bit counterintuitive. Negative visualization.
It does sound a bit odd at first, doesn't it? Negative visualization, it's not about being gloomy or pessimistic.
Okay.
It's actually a very intentional practice. You anticipate potential challenges. You even consider worst case scenarios.
You actually think about things going wrong on purpose.
On purpose, yes. Because by mentally preparing for difficulties, by sort of walking through them in your mind beforehand, you significantly reduce the fear and anxiety associated with the unknown.
So it takes the sting out of it if it happens.
Exactly. You confront your worries head on mentally. It makes them feel less daunting. This practice builds incredible resilience. It strengthens your coping abilities because you've sort of pre-gamed the problem.
So you're ready.
You're ready. It encourages proactive problem solving before issues even arise. It really enhances your mental fortitude, making you much more prepared for decisive action when things inevitably don't go as planned.
That's powerful. Okay, let's talk goals. We all know goals are important, but sometimes they just feel huge.
Yeah.
Especially the big ones. They can be paralyzing.
They absolutely can. And the Stoic approach here is about clarity and actionability. It's crucial to define specific actionable goals, ones that really align with your personal values, your aspirations.
Not just vague wishes.
Definitely not. Specific goals. And then this is key. Break those larger goals down, way down, into manageable tasks, small steps you can actually take today or this week.
Makes it less overwhelming.
Much less. And these goals should ideally be measurable, maybe time-bound, so you can track your progress. That helps with motivation. But also, you need to regularly review them. Check in. Are they still right for you? Do they need adjusting?
Because priorities change.
Exactly. Life happens. So this creates a clear roadmap for success. It empowers that decisive action because you know what you're aiming for and why. It makes your progress meaningful.
Okay, well, roadmap, goals.
Yeah.
But you need fuel, right? You need the engine. Which brings us to discipline. That feels like the backbone of actually doing anything consistently.
It really is. Discipline is fundamental. And the Stoic way to cultivate it isn't about harshness necessarily. It's about building structure and consistency. Practical steps, creating a daily routine is a big one.
Like scheduling things.
Yes. Scheduling specific times for focused work, for exercise, even for relaxation and reflection. That structure, practiced over time, builds consistency almost automatically.
Makes sense. Remove some decision fatigue too, maybe.
Absolutely. And another big part is limiting distractions. Be honest about them. Is it too much screen time? Is your workspace cluttered? These things drain energy. Minimizing those distractions frees up your focus. And importantly, Stoics would say, reward yourself for maintaining discipline. It reinforces the positive behavior. It keeps motivation up. This kind of self-discipline is what empowers decisive action and lets you make real, meaningful strides.
This next habit makes me think, how often do we actually stop and reflect? Like truly pause and think about our day, our actions, our reactions. Most of us just barrel on to the next thing.
That's so true. And that's why daily reflection is such a core Stoic practice. It's about deliberately assessing your actions and decisions. You just set aside a little time each day, maybe morning, maybe before bed.
Just a few minutes.
Even just 5 or 10 minutes for introspection. Ask yourself, what worked well today? What didn't? Where did I succeed? Where did I stumble?
Being honest with yourself.
Very honest. This assessment helps you identify patterns in your behavior, in your decision-making. And the insights you gain aren't just interesting, they directly inform your future actions. You make adjustments. You improve.
So it's like a continuous improvement loop for yourself.
Exactly. It cultivates self-awareness and that crucial growth mindset. It leads to much more intentional and ultimately more effective actions going forward.
What about when you're just stuck? You know, that feeling, inertia, the goal feels so big you can't even start. What do you do then?
Yes, the paralysis of the starting line. This is where taking small steps comes in. It's an incredibly effective Stoic-inspired strategy to build momentum.
Small steps, like how small?
Like ridiculously small sometimes. Identify the absolute smallest possible action you can take right now. Maybe it's literally writing one sentence, or making one quick phone call, or just organizing one corner of your desk.
Just something to break the inertia.
Exactly. Just get the ball rolling, even if it's just a tiny nudge. The key here is celebrating those small victories. Each one gives you a little motivational boost. It reinforces the positive behavior.
Build confidence.
Builds confidence, definitely. And as doing these tiny things becomes routine, you naturally start to increase the complexity of the tasks. It makes those larger goals feel much more attainable because you're building skills and self-belief along the way. You know that old saying, every big journey begins with a single step.
It's literally that.
It's literally that, put into practice.
Now, all this sounds great, but doing it alone, it could be tough. Personal growth, sticking to habits, it often feels like a solitary struggle. Does it have to be?
That's a great point. And no, it doesn't have to be. Seeking accountability is another really valuable principle, very much aligned with Stoic thinking on community and support.
So telling someone your goals.
Yes. Share your aspirations, your intentions, maybe even your challenges with someone supportive, a friend, a family member, a mentor, someone you trust.
Makes it more real somehow.
It does. It transforms it from just an idea in your head into a shared commitment. And the value isn't just about feeling pressure to perform. It's about creating a supportive environment.
Right.
Regular check-ins are great for mutual support, encouragement. You can talk openly about challenges, brainstorm solutions together. It creates this positive feedback loop that enhances determination and resilience. It just makes consistent action easier when you know someone's in your corner.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference. Okay, final habit. And this one, I think it's fascinating how Stoicism completely flips our usual perception of setbacks, of failure.
It's a crucial shift in perspective. Instead of viewing failures or mistakes as purely negative dead ends.
Which most of us do.
Right? We tend to beat ourselves up. But Stoicism encourages seeing them as valuable opportunities. Opportunities for growth, for learning.
So how do you do that practically?
You analyze the failure, not to dwell on it or assign blame, but to understand what went wrong. Objectively, were there patterns? Was there a flaw in the approach? A misjudgment?
Like a post-mortem, but for life decisions.
Kind of, yeah. And the key insight is to use these lessons. Adjust your strategies. Refine your approach for the future. It's about building that growth mindset we talked about.
Embracing challenges instead of avoiding them?
Precisely. You start to see failure not as an endpoint, but as a natural, even necessary part of the journey towards anything worthwhile. It actually empowers you to take calculated risks, to pursue big goals with more confidence and resilience, because you know that even if you stumble, it's just data. It's a lesson learned.
A lesson in disguise.
Yeah.
That's a powerful reframe. So let's try and bring this all together. What does this mean for you listening right now? We've gone through 8 pretty potent Stoic habits, from understanding what you can and can't control, that dichotomy of control, all the way to seeing failure as your teacher. These aren't just, dusty old ideas. They're practical tools for your daily life to help you take decisive action, grow personally, and really achieve what you set out to do. And remember, it's about consistency, isn't it? Consistent effort, a proactive mindset. That's how progress happens.
Absolutely. And if we just step back for a second, look at the bigger picture. It's really striking how these ancient Stoic insights provide such a solid, timeless framework for navigating, well, the complexities of modern life.
Right. You see echoes of them everywhere.
Everywhere. In productivity advice, in self-help, even if they don't explicitly call it Stoic, the foundations are often there. So maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Okay.
What would it actually look like for you this week to consciously pick just one of these habits, just one, and really try to apply it? How might that single, small, deliberate shift start to change your approach? To challenges, yes, but also to opportunities you might not even see yet. Something to think about.